What's up, peeps? This is Todd, and welcome back to my show. Today, I want to go over step by step how I became a real estate millionaire by the age of 25. If that sounds good, let's hop into it. Now, I do want to give a quick shout out to my friend Jade. Jade lost her job during the pandemic, and since then she has started several online businesses, and her goal is to make $1 million over the next 4 years. So let me very quickly introduce you to Jade.
Hey guys, I'm Jade, and I just lost my job during this pandemic. So I'm trying to build multiple income streams to make $1 million in 4 years. So in this channel, I'll document everything that I do to make money online and share the results with you. So if you're interested in making money online, please visit my channel and get this free ebook, 7 Best Ways to Make Money Online. And I'll see you guys there.
If you guys want to know more about making money online, I highly suggest you check out Jade's channel. She's pretty much just documenting her journey as she's learning along the way. But getting back into the topic of this video, I want to go over exactly how I became a millionaire. Now, most of the people who subscribe to me know that I dropped out of college to pursue a career in sales, but my journey really begins much earlier than that. I was raised by a single mother who struggled to put food on the table for 3 kids, and I saw her hustle and her grind, and I knew that I wanted something different for my family. So I started working at the ripe old age of 12. My first job, I was literally shoveling horse manure for $3 an hour. And I remember coming home one day at 12 years old, smelling like crap, literally like horse crap, and counting, I think I was like $6 in quarters. And at the time, it was more money than I had ever seen. So at 12 years old, counting this stack of quarters, I looked myself in the mirror and I told myself, I will make millions of dollars. I swear to God, at 12 years old, I looked myself in the mirror and I said, Todd, you will be a multi-millionaire. So that's really how my journey started. So at 15 years old, I started a lawn care business, and I would basically just do yard work around different homes in my towns. I would chop wood, I would mow lawns, I would do weeding, I would pretty much do anything that the customer needed. And at that time, when I was 15, in my state, minimum wage was $8.67 an hour, and I was able to pull in $15 or $20 an hour depending on the job and the client. One of the clients that I had, he had a lot of property, so I would mow the lawns and do the weed eating at most of his properties that he owned in town. Now, I found out from him that he actually made a lot of money in acting. He was a Hollywood actor, not like a star or anything. He was a character actor, so you probably don't even know the name, but he did films with like George Clooney and some other guys that were pretty up there. He was always a background character though, never the star, but he did do the voiceover for the Jolly Green Giant commercials. So basically what this man did is he took all of his Hollywood money and he dumped it all into real estate. And the real estate is what just like propelled him to the next level. So at 15 years old, I had it in my head that I was going to get into real estate, that's what I was going to do. Now, also when I was 15, that's when I started my second business. I was in high school and there were no vending machines on campus. And a lot of the kids wanted candy and soda, and our high school didn't provide any of that. So my second business that I started was a candy and soda sales business where basically I would go to Costco, I'd pay like $15 for a box of 30 chocolate bars, and then I would sell each individual candy bar for $1. And same thing with soda. I would go buy it in bulk, like a case, 24 cans of soda, and I would sell them for 50 cents each. Now, in my first month doing that business, I was able to make about $700 worth of profit, and that, of course, is after all the expenses were paid, and I made enough money to go visit my sister who lives in Atlanta, Georgia at the time, so I basically made enough money from candy sales to fly from Seattle to Atlanta, and that was just extra money that I made from my candy business. That was really cool, getting another deep dive into business and entrepreneurship. Now, at the age of 19, I started learning how to make money online. That's when I started researching stocks and how to trade and make money online, and just basically how to make money without a ton of effort and work, and that was pretty awesome. Now, after graduating high school, I did go to college, and that's where I met my wife, but I chose to drop out of college after a couple years because school just wasn't for me. I'm not advocating that anyone else drop out of college. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but that's what I did because I'm just not the type of guy that would have done well in school. So after dropping out of school, I went into business-to-business sales where I was selling commercial insurance, and in that industry, you are able to make a ton of money very quickly. It was only about 8 or 9 months after leaving school that I was making 6 figures, and at the time, I was 22 years old, making 6 figures. I had a girlfriend who, of course, now is my wife, and she was making pretty good money too, and so we were able to just save a boatload of money. Now, at the time, I was making more money than I'd ever made before. I was 22 years old, I was making well over $100,000 a year, and I was renting a room in a house for $700 per month. I was living so cheaply that I didn't even buy a bed. I slept on a mat on this floor of a room for $700 a month, and I lived with a bunch of dudes, and most of them were a lot older than me. It was definitely not a glamorous lifestyle, and most people that are 22 making $100,000 a year would go out and buy a BMW. I did not do that. I kept my Ford Focus and I rented a room in this house. Now, I rented a room in this house for 9 months, and at that time, I kind of realized that room rentals were a great way to sort of like beef up your income and get started in real estate. But the guy that I was renting from, he didn't really have it locked down. Like, there was no housekeeper. The utilities were included, but it wasn't a lot of utilities. The cable and internet was very slow. The house was nice, but it wasn't, great. None of it was organized, like the shelves being labeled or anything like that. I thought that I could basically find a way to buy properties on bigger lots with more parking that were a little bit nicer and just totally make it my own. So that's exactly what I did. So at 23, my girlfriend at the time, at this point we weren't even engaged, we bought our first house together, and we bought that house for $506,000. We used a first-time home buyer program where we put $19,000 down, and we bought it just outside the city of Seattle, so it was super ripe for appreciation. My girlfriend and I decided to live in the master bedroom and rent out the other bedrooms to our college friends, and we were living completely for free. So we were living in a brand new house that we owned, and our monthly mortgage payment was paid for every single month. Now, the important thing about this house was there were 3 garage spots, but there was plenty of parking in the back and in the side lot. We paid for all utilities. We had a maid, we had pest control, and we made sure to label slots for mail cubbies and also cabinets in the pantry. Now, 9 months later, we decided to buy our second home, and that one we rented out by the bedroom as well. Now, shortly after that, we bought our third house, which we moved into with another owner-occupied program, and we rented out the master bedroom that we had just left, and then we rented out all the rooms in that third house as well. So at this point, we were living completely for free, plus collecting about $15,000 per month in passive rental income. Now, also a big factor in this coin is appreciation. So that first house that I bought for $506,000, 2 years later, that house was worth about $180,000 more than what I paid for it. And that's just because we bought in an undervalued area that was going through a transition in the greater Seattle area, so the appreciation was insane on that place. At the time I'm recording this video, we have only had these homes for about 4.5 years, and we have realized well over $700,000 just in appreciation without doing any alterations or rehabs to the homes. Now, about a year after buying our third house, when we bought our fourth house, and that home was awesome. It's an 8-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. The rental income on that is about $8,000 per month, and the cash flow is about $4,000 per month. That for sure is one of my favorite homes that we rent out. Just a couple months later, we bought our 5th house, and about a year and a half later, we bought the 6th house, which is the duplex that I'm recording in right now. So basically, the way we became millionaires when we were 25 was we had pretty good incomes that we were hustling for. We took almost all of that income and invested it into income-producing assets. So I didn't take a paycheck and go use it for vacations or a nice car or gifts for my wife or whatever. I used my paycheck to buy real estate, and then we let the real estate pay for all of our fun. And if there's anything you guys take away from this video, it's that your active income, the primary job of your active income should be to create passive income. So don't use your active income for vacations or fun or whatever. Your active income is used to create passive income, and your passive income is what you can live off of. If you follow that rule, you will always be wealthy. Now, working in the B2B sales industry, I was able to get my salary up to $150,000. I was able to get commission to about 40% on new business and 25% in renewals. And by the time I was making that, my wife was also making about $100,000 per year. So then we were living in a house that we owned, we were living with roommates, we were renting at the other side of this duplex. So not only were we living for free, but we were making $1,800 per month in passive income just on the place that we lived in. Not to mention, our total rental income we were collecting was about $40,000 per month. Another factor in this is we were always maxing out our retirement account. So the max you could put into the 401k, I believe right now it's like $19,000 or $20,000. Whatever that max was the entire time, we were maxing that out every single year. Same thing with our IRAs. So I know there's a lot of videos out there about how to become a millionaire. It's probably one of the most searched things in Google. But the way we did it, just being completely transparent and straightforward, although it was hard work, it's pretty kind of basic the way we did it. I mean, we made sure to work like crazy so we could increase our income. We took the vast majority of that income and we bought property. And then we had roommates. And I understand having roommates is not for everybody, but if you can do it for just a couple of years, even if you just do it for 12 months, if you can live for free for 1 full year, you will be so far ahead. Like, think about whatever you're paying right now either in rent or in a mortgage. And now imagine just having that paid for you for just 12 months. You will be so far ahead. But that's pretty much how we did it, you guys. I mean, by the time I was 25 years old, I had a net worth of 1.2 million, and it was because we were always maxing out our retirement accounts. We were buying real estate that was producing passive income. The real estate was going up in value, plus the rent was paying down the note. We were collecting about $40,000 per month in passive income, not to mention we both had six-figure jobs. Now, of course, there are other factors to my story like secret shopping and online income, but I mean, this is just bare bones, like just basic straight up how you guys can do it too. And if you guys want any tips on how to buy your first properties, I have a lot of videos that I'm going to link in the description below, a lot of content on my channel, all regarding real estate, investing, house hacking. Basically, all of my videos are pretty much just how to make money, save money, invest, and retire early. So if this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you guys at the next one. Peace.